You want to go? You want to go?
Give me
We're going.
give me
Here
a
we
countdown.
go. It's already going.
Give me a countdown.
There is no countdown.
Give me a countdown.
I don't give you a countdown. It's already going.
Wait, can I get a countdown now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 3.
Ready? 12, 11, 10,
Uh,
9, 8,
uh,
7, 6.
all right. Well, welcome to the podcast.
Nope.
So
I'm not done.
No.
Here we go.
Keep going.
12,
You went back up.
10, 8,
Okay. So anyway,
6.
welcome to the podcast. Honestly, we're doing this because why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you tell anyone about how your day is going? And most of the time, it's good to just talk. And my name is Josh. This is my friend Jaron.
Hey, how's it going?
We decided that we're going to make this podcast. And literally not even 5 minutes ago, actually for the past hour, we've been like, oh, we forgot this. And we've decided that we were going to go get something and then come back. And then literally 5 minutes before we just hit recording, Jaron literally goes, should we order a pizza? It is 11:44 at night. And I'm not going to lie. We got this thing of peanuts here, but our pizza sounding pretty good right now.
With the fact that I am conscious of the fact that I can hear my own voice and also hear my mouth, I don't want to eat or drink while I'm doing this.
That's fine. That's a different episode.
That is a never.
I'm already going to call it out.
In my mind,
right now.
that is a never.
I'm already going to call it out right now. ASMR video, episode number 34. It's going to be that far down, but I guarantee you, future Josh, take notes.
Future Jaron, the body can be buried anywhere you know nobody drives.
Future Josh, you did not hear that, and you are also not suspect for any crimes that comes out from this first podcast.
No, it won't be the first podcast. It's going to be 39.
Well, you see, the thing is, Jaron, by the time that crime has been committed, episode 18, Josh dies. I'm dead. Future Josh is gone. Future Josh, if you're listening to this, you're the clone. You.
This went so far, so fast. What the hell?
You are the clone, okay? But
this went too far.
So, we also kind of thought of like, okay, what would this podcast be? And that's really what this first episode's going to be. It's going to be a lot of what are we doing for this podcast? Tier list.
Nope.
Okay.
That's probably the worst improv. Just nope.
Yeah, no.
We're done.
Yeah. Also, anyway, for anyone listening now, we ordered the pizza. We had a little technical difficulties with the batteries, and now we have ordered the pizza. We are a ticking time bomb right now.
Yep. At this moment, we are only talking to delay the inevitable. Food.
Yep. That is literally what we're doing. And what a better thing to talk and share with others, because sharing is caring. That's at least what the Care Bears told me as a kid.
That's what you heard them from?
No, not at all.
I want to be completely honest. I heard that from Transformers.
The only thing I think of when I think Care Bears is the one vine where it's like a weird devil or whatever it is coming out of the sky. It's probably completely wrong. It's coming out of the sky and it gets blasted by a rainbow and it's like, ah! And then the boat just comes out like, taste the rainbow, mother! And then it's just, that's the end of the video. And that's the only thing I think when I think Care Bears. Or how anytime I think back to my childhood and childhood shows, I just think of how jealous I was that Steve from Blue's Clues could draw perfect circles and never mess it up. I'd watch him draw like a perfect chair, and I would try it with the notepad that my mother bought me, and I could never do it. I'd rewatch it. But I didn't know how to work the DVR. So every time it like came over and I'm like, Mom, I have to go back. I don't know how to draw that chair. And then I wouldn't know. So anyway, yeah.
There's much panic in your voice as you just sit there staring at me going, I need to know. This is everything to me.
My life depends on it.
Meanwhile, here I am with a bucket of Hot Wheels going, these two are going to crash.
These two are, and it's like, hi. I just looked over at you. Hi.
Hello.
But anyway, so yeah.
That's the best way to end that segment.
No, it's great. That's a good way to end it. What a segue.
What a segue. It's two wheels. That can be edited out.
Nope.
Damn it.
We just call it the Nope Podcast. That's what we call it. It's literally just, hey, so anyway, honey roasted peanuts? Actually, no. All right.
You didn't even use
And-
nope.
You're right. I even said actually nope. I said
How
actually
did you
no.
mess that up after...
Nope, it's fine. We're moving on. So anyway, essentially what we're going to be talking about here, at least for this first one, what we came up with is our best and worst. Not as in like, what's the best thing about us? Obviously everything. Or what's the worst about us?
Usually most of me.
Okay. And I really just kind of like jot down some notes. This was kind of like those like bathroom thoughts, like, you know, taking the Browns to the Super Bowl, which never happens. And then you're kind of like, you know what? If we're starting this thing, we're going to start it. And I just literally pulled out my notepad on my phone and I started writing. And some of the things I came up with, some of our best and worst. What do you want to start with?
I can't see the list from here. You're
I know,
facing
yeah,
me.
no, I'm straight up facing you like it's an interrogation. Of
Well,
like, what color's my underwear? Oof.
don't ask me that.
I'm sorry.
Man, I am tired. You could tell I'm not in improv mode right now. You got to give me some warm up.
I am fully invested. I
feel like dead weight at the moment. I'm sorry.
No, I'll get you up here.
Give me a sec. I
I'm
gotta match your energy
reeling
here.
in. Okay,
I gotta
hang
match
on.
your energy.
What are some
7,
like, 8,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2.
12.
Okay. Here we go.
We're
That's
back to
better.
12. Okay. You're clocked in, right?
Yep, there we go.
Overclocked, like a gaming computer. You're ready. You're set. You're go. Sonic X.
What?
You're in.
Okay.
You're on.
Do you just
Cool.
want me to talk about it?
Nope.
Okay.
I did it.
You finally did it.
Okay. Anyway, so our best. I would definitely say our best is literally just talking. That is constantly a thing we do. I don't think there's ever been a phone call I've had with you that hasn't been more than an hour.
Yeah, I think you're right on that, unless I end it myself.
Yeah. Or it's literally, hey, your cousin left his vape pen in my car. And then it's like a 5-minute phone call. And I'm just kind of like, oh my God, that was the first time I saw him angry. But that...
I wasn't angry about that.
No, I know. But on my side, because most of our phone calls are an hour or
Oh,
more.
so you saw that as me being angry? No,
So
it
as
was
soon
me
as
going
as
to
soon-
work.
As soon as it... Oh, that's fair. Yeah, no, that'd definitely be it. But it's just like, as soon as it's like a ring, ring, hello? Hey, your cousin left this in my car. Oh, okay. Okay, see you later. And you hang up the phone. I'm like, oh. And it like hits hard. And I'm like, hey, Joe. That's my cousin. Hey, Joe. You messed up. Like, that's the immediately thought I had. And that's why he like apologized to you, is because I sort of told him, I was like, he's angry. But it was literally just me being like, oh, that was a short phone call. What's wrong?
Cut to me. Oh, shit, I gotta get to work. Oh, look, there's something in the back of my car. Oh, I better tell Josh. Hey, Josh. Your cousin left this in your car. Okay, bye.
Hey, by the way, I caught you.
What?
Did you didn't notice?
No.
You were the first one to cuss.
Where?
Just you said, "Oh shit, I left this in my car." You were you cussed before me. I won.
Damn it.
Unless I cussed in the first take.
No,
I
I already said damn it. I don't know where you didn't record
I
that.
don't think I did, because I was gonna say pissed or like shit, but remember I said angry. I felt weird when I said that because normally I say pissed.
I don't get this.
I don't know. Anyway, that's some of our best. That is part of our best. Is that we can literally just talk. Like I felt there was literally no topic there. Like it was literally just like our best. We talk, and now we're here. Future Josh, pat yourself on the back.
Future Jared, you're doing good.
Future Josh, why didn't you study? Like, come on, do it now. If you're wondering, I'm currently studying physical therapy to be an assistant, and that's what I do. And I graduated just this year, and I've been studying for my board exam, trying to grow up, which is
I'm
not a
not
thing
there
I'm
yet.
ready for. You're also at a university. I went to a community college.
Still though.
You're right.
All right. What was the list you had that you
Okay.
suddenly brought up and then yelled Sonic X at me?
No, you're fine. I mean, that gets your attention.
It did actually.
So the list I came up with is our best. I have 3 spots that we could talk about. Our first one that we could talk about is hobbies. So like what are just things that we're genuinely interested in or things that we could talk about in the future to be like, "Oh, okay, well if that's what they're going to talk about." I don't know. I guess that's for the audience really, but
Okay.
genuinely I was like, "Oh, okay, well we can talk about like
Just so you know, this is us figuring this out while recording. We don't know.
Absolutely. We don't know. This is literally the pilot. And instead of calling it pilot, I'm calling it our best and worst because it's not like a show. It is but isn't.
It's the closest thing it can get.
Yeah, it's close. So anyway, one topic. So for each of these topics, I would like to say that I have 3 written down for our best. And these are just what I came up with. There are tons of things we can talk about. Like earlier when I was talking about tier list. That is a thing that obviously was a trend on TikTok. And I said, hey, Jaren, tier list. Favorite Ben 10 aliens. And I hooked him then. And then
Way big. Diamond Head. Ditto. Just because I love him.
yeah, and see, then I changed it up with the
Echo.
with the echo. Just wait, you speak that now?
God, I just showed how much of a nerd I am.
No, that's
I
fine.
didn't even finish the
Great
list.
Show. Great show. That's
Up,
fine.
Chuck. There we go.
Ooh, he's not bad. I'm still going upgrade number 1 though.
You're a liar.
That's my favorite. Anyway, so the 3 things I have, these are just things that we could talk about. I figured it'd be good to just touch at. So no deeper than the skin. Obviously, we're already past that. But anyway, so for these 3, I have Josh and Jaren could talk about. And I have hobbies, which would be like any board games experiences we have, any board games we currently like or are playing with our friend group, because our friend group is not your typical early 20s friend group that's like, let's go bar hopping, or dude, going to that you going to that party, you going to that college party? Oh yeah, dude, you coming? Hop in. I'm coming around like 1 a.m. And then it's like you have us and we're like, all right,
You guys want to...
I'm building a city. I'm going to get a port here. Oh, you dick.
All right, I rolled a 7.
Oh,
Somebody's
my
going to let
God.
me steal their card.
Yep. And I have to discard. Don't steal from me. I already have to discard. I'm at 9. But anyway, that's our friend group. We play board games. We played card games. Very big nerds. Currently love Dungeons and Dragons. And I specifically remember, that's another topic I have. But I guess we'll meld those, because I guess I could have. But, so realistically I have 2 topics. But the one was Dungeons and Dragons. I specifically remember back in my childhood, I grew up with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Bakugan, Beyblade.
There we
All
go.
of
That's
that
what I
stuff.
was into.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that was the stuff. And with card games, I did start off with Pokemon. And I do have a bunch of sad stories with Pokemon, mostly because of one of my Oh God, I still get chills from this. My mother has told me multiple times, every time I talk about Pokemon cards, that not only did I have some of the first Pokemon cards that ever came out, my favorite. Now, me thinking back, I love Pokemon. Like, I love Pokemon still to this day. Pokemon Go was a big thing a couple years ago. I got you into that.
You dragged me into it for like 2 days.
The first, because it was like the original 151, and it's like, we got to go get them. And it was like 9 o'clock at night. We had school the next day, and we were behind our high school catching a Zubat, of all things, that we were excited for, because we just didn't have it yet. It was new. But I remember specifically my mom's like, oh yeah, your favorite Pokemon card at the time was a shiny, not as in like shiny as different coloration, but hollow, like holographic Charizard from the first set, which is the most expensive Pokemon card out there to this day. And people love that card. And people just love Charizard. And apparently I used to sleep with it next to my head because I loved it so much. It would wake up and it's not crimped at all. And this was before Josh used top loaders to protect his cards. Not even sleeves. And that card was fine.
Yeah, you're lucky I just got into card games, or I would have no idea what you're talking about at all.
It was, Josh, I want you, like, what do you like to do? And I was like, I like cards. And it's like, okay. And then it's like, gotta catch them all. And it was just, Josh, I've bought you so much Pokemon. Mother, I need more sustenance. I need more value. When in reality, I literally was just like, I have to catch them all. I have to be like Ash. Because who wasn't like that when you watched Pokemon?
Oh, me and you differ. I know I was probably a weird kid because I had my own bank account, my own money. So when we went to the store, it was not, hey, can you buy this for me? It was, hey, how much money I got left in my account? Because I want this. But imagine this from an 8-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how I rolled. I was just like, hey, there's a new action figure out, and I want this.
Mom, the Omnitrix
Dip into the
is
funds.
real. Mom,
Oh, are you kidding me? I bought that way before that thing came out.
Oh, I know. I don't blame you either.
That's still in my closet somewhere.
I sadly don't have it. That was another thing that was sad about my childhood. Is not only did I get rid of all my Pokemon cards, eventually, I got into Yu-Gi-Oh! Very hard. Like, very hardcore. Like, all about playing it. Obviously, I'm the oldest of all my siblings, except for step-siblings. But I'm the oldest of my siblings. And I apologize to Zach if he's listening to this because he knows what I'm talking about. I never cheated, but I did not go easy for how much older I was than him at the time. And you're the younger brother of an older brother, so you understand that pain probably.
I understand a different pain of being the younger brother. It was not card games.
The thing is, though, I was a different older brother. I made sure my siblings' controllers were plugged in. That was never a thing I did. Do you feel like your controller was ever not plugged in?
You think my brother ever gave me that hope? No, he said, you can watch.
Wow. Okay. Wow. I didn't see that from him. Jesus. Okay.
You met our relationship at a completely different time than what it started off as.
No, you're right.
My brother is now one of my best friends. I love him to death, and I would do
man.
everything for him.
Mm-hmm.
When we started off, there's a completely different story in that.
No, I was the same. Like, and I feel like that's how just every brotherhood is.
It takes time.
Mm-hmm. It definitely does. Like, I started with Zach, and I remember there was a time where it was literally like we were Goku and Vegeta. Like, it was straight rivalry. It was competition. But obviously, I'm older than him. So there was a lot of things I was good at because I was older. I was taller. I was heavier. And it's like I'm just saying heavier isn't like weight to him, obviously, for his age.
Oh, I was the bigger. I not taller. I was fatter.
Mm-hmm.
So I used that.
And also,
I laid on him.
That's fair.
That was it. That's if we ever started fighting, I just kind of went into a plank and just.
See, that was the thing is that, oh man, I'm glad that you guys also fought. Not as in like, I'm glad you guys fought, but, but it's like me, my dad had a very special way of getting us to bond. And it was mostly through early Nickelodeon shows as like Drake and Josh, iCarly, and stuff like that. But not only that, it was Josh. Do you know what day it is? No? Well, you notice the pizzas in the freezer are full. Like, I just got brand new pizzas and I picked up more Mountain Dew. It's WWE night. And we would watch every time WWE came on at night. We'd watch it live and we'd keep track of, like, dude, do you think The Undertaker's going to do this? And, like, he, like, rises out of a coffin for, like, the 50th time, but, like, we're still surprised he's still doing it.
I did not. I don't think you've ever brought up wrestling in
No,
any of our
I've
conversations.
never brought up wrestling to you. This is all new stuff.
This was surprising.
Oh, I straight up RKO'd Zach. Like, and that's my little brother I'm talking about. That's the second oldest of them, of us five that are in the house. I moved out now, but I'm still here now. We're actually in my old room. That's where we're recording this right now.
Well, we're recording where we need to.
Yeah. Wait.
Oh, shoot. Timers.
Wait. Uh-oh. How bad are we on the pizza?
What are you talking about?
The pizza you ordered. We chose to order that pizza now.
You don't know anything about the pizza.
Is it time to go get the pizza?
It may be time to go get the pizza.
I guess time's relevant.
Time's relative.
Well, right now it's relevant because I'm kind of hungry.
All right. You want to pause this and let's go get the pizza?
You got it.
You want me to leave you with this?
Yeah.
All right.
I think I got it. Please be quick.
You're
Okay.
in charge of editing.
No, that's fine.
wait.
Nope, you're good. I'll be here. Do you want me to like clear off a place for the pizza, or you got it?
We'll deal with it later.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is just me. Jaren has left to go get the pizza. And if you're still listening, I'm glad that you're still listening. And I really hope that you like how we're talking, because this is literally how we talk. This is the epitome of our friendship. Like, we are constantly talking like this, and I could not ask for anything more. Also, to any of my other friends listening, that we all sat down and said, we should start a podcast. And I was like, yeah, we should do that. Now it's like a couple weeks later, and it's just me and Jaren. And I apologize. But also, to be fair, we only have 2 microphones. It's the only 2 microphones we have. And we were lucky enough that Jaren's dad went to go get this equipment for us from the radio station he works at. Oh, man, excuse me. That he went to go get this equipment, and we were able to test it out and actually record tonight. So I'm actually kind of glad. Like, I'm very grateful for that. And for Thanksgiving literally being like the other day, I am thankful for that. So anyway, let's get down to the nitty gritty. So, obviously, our best. We have Dungeons and Dragons, board games, card games, Magic the Gathering especially. We constantly get together. We play Commander. We go to pre-release events. Recently, for any of my Magic nerds out there who are listening, we went to the Brothers War pre-release, and I messed up. Honestly, I go to these things to really test my skills of being like, can I literally put a deck together in a limited format of literally just packs that I get and open. And I took Jaren there and my cousin Joe, who's currently my roommate, and all 3 of us went up there. It was really for his birthday. It was for Jaren's birthday. I paid for his admission, and it was really cool. He had a lot of fun. And it's also a good way to like get brand new cards before they come out, and then like we bring them back to our friend group who didn't go with us because they were at work, and then it's like, well, that's not fair, and it's like, sorry. But I definitely didn't have a lot of luck that night because I say that and I got 9th out of like 30 some. And I've been playing Magic since 2016. But yeah, it was just I didn't get really lucky because I was 2-1, could have been 3-1, and I was like working my way up to actually getting above fifth, and I blew it because I completely scrapped my deck in the last game because I thought I was doing worse than I actually was, and then I almost won with that deck, but then I got 0-2'd, and I ended up getting ninth overall, which still isn't bad. I got a pack. And then for Jaren's birthday, I was like, "Happy birthday! I already paid for your admission. Here's the pack I won from the game or from the event, essentially." But yeah, that's another thing we do. We constantly go play Magic, and it's always super a lot of fun, super a lot of fun, super a lot of fun. And we go to card stores. We pick up new board games. Some of our favorites are like Catan, which is we do play Monopoly. We used to play it a lot in high school. That was definitely a thing that, with more of our friend group, who we don't actually get to see too much anymore, kind of just average high school friend group. Like, you keep going, and then who stays, stays, and then who goes, goes. And you also have, like, drama and stuff, but that's high school. But I would honestly say, like, any of our old friends that we used to talk to, like, one of my friends specifically, he doesn't even live in our state anymore. Like, he's gone. I haven't talked to him for maybe 2 years. And it's been 2 years since I've seen him as well, just because he moved. And he's been busy with school. Very smart man. And I guarantee you, if he somehow finds this podcast and finds me talking about this, he'll know who I'm talking about. But he's just a very smart guy. And I guarantee you, if I saw him, our friendship would click just like that again. It'd be right back to how we were. And that's literally all of our friends. And that's another thing I'm grateful for, honestly. It's just our friends. Like, I couldn't be grateful for the friends I made and the friends I have, and still have room to make. I'm only 22 years old, about to turn 23, and there's still so much of my life I haven't seen yet. And I know Jaren's not here to confirm it with me, but I guarantee you he'd say the same thing. This podcast is honestly to look back on. It is a lot of memory, and I work in the healthcare field, or I'm trying to at least, and studying physical therapy. And currently graduated. It is definitely something that's like very scary to like realize is just like a lot of like neuro stuff is like the place I'm supposed to be working here soon. They have Alzheimer's patients or like an Alzheimer care. And it's just like that is one thing that like I hate because like I already have bad memory when it comes to names at least. But then it also turns into that thing of like if you say you're bad at something, you will be bad at it. Oh, Jaren's back. The pizza.
Yep.
Hey.
Hey, buddy.
How's it going? How's it look? How, you look clean?
Huh?
Have a
All
look.
good.
Okay. So anyway.
That's looking nice.
No, honestly, that is one thing that does get to me. You'll understand what I'm talking about. But that is definitely one thing that gets to me is like just that little bit of memory that really makes you think of like, oh man, like when I get older, I don't want that to be a problem. Like I don't want to have to be like, oh, I remember this because of this. Like I want my memory, and this could literally just not turn into anything. This could just be for us. And okay, essentially what I'm getting at, Jared, I was trying to like
I am so lost.
No, you're fine.
I'm trying the best to just stay quiet and listen, but I got back and I don't know what's going on.
I've covered almost everything from our best of the notes I have at least.
Ooh, good. I love being in the worst.
Yeah.
Let's burn this thing.
Yeah, let's burn it to the ground. But not only that, I was just now talking about like honestly this podcast to me, and I was saying in your words because you weren't here at the time, and then you walked in like a minute later. Not even, Josh. If you timestamp that, you're gonna be like, it was literally like 35 seconds, Josh. And then if it's actually 35 seconds, Go buy a pizza. Because why not? You deserve it. Good job. Now study. Don't get a pizza. Go study. You need to.
You are very critical of yourself.
Oh, absolutely. I'm a very psychoanalytical person, but after so many years of having that, like, it could literally just be like, Josh, that's called ADHD. That's not, like, you're analyzing everything because your brain can't stop. And that's literally my brain. Like, I feel like that sometimes. Like, Oh, that's my dog.
She smells pizza now.
She does smell pizza. Yeah, not only do we have food, and she also wants us to give her the belly rubs. Because she loves the belly rubs. And if you can hear that, that's her barking.
All right, let me pause this so we can eat.
Well, we need to pause it.
I'm gonna. Nobody wants to hear eating.
Dude, put the microphone down.
No,
It's not far away.
I am pausing it to eat.
I talked for like the past 20 minutes. That's
yeah,
fine.
I'm pausing it to eat.
Okay, that's fine. We can pause it to you real quick. Let's run an ad. Just the Minecraft zombie.
Oh, you do the. Drop your inventory.
Yep. You need a 64 stack cobblestone?
Yep.
It's a one throw. No. I constantly do that though. Like it kind of annoys me sometimes when I'm playing Minecraft and I'm just kind of like new to computer and I'm not used to Xbox and being like, "Oh yeah, drop the stack." You open inventory, click A on the whole stack and you can drop it. And I know that one of our friends specifically is going to be like, "Josh, you're an idiot."
They only play on computer though.
Mhm.
We play on Xbox.
Yep. But recently I started playing on computer because I was like, oh, it's more convenient. And my Xbox is in the living room, and then I got to go out there. But anyway.
That's fair.
Yeah. But it's just like I'm trying to learn PC, and then it's like instead of just learning it, I'm just kind of like, nope. Don't really need to learn it. So anytime like you guys are like, oh yeah, Josh, can you drop me a 64 stack? I'm like, Or no, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. Sorry. If it's dropping the stack, that's fine. If it's dropping a certain amount. So, like, you know, like when you, like, on Xbox and you click it and you can, like, split it in half?
Yes.
So on computer, it's not like that. Now, to me, it's not like that. They could literally just be like, Josh, just hold the button. Just hold the damn button and it works. But if you right-click... It's been a while since I played Minecraft. If you right-click, it only takes one. So when you guys are like, hey, Josh, can you drop 20? I'm like, I can try. And then, like, it just, like, doesn't work for me. But anyway. So, our worst. I feel like we covered a lot of our best.
That wasn't here. I'm going to say yes.
Actually, that's true. You were not here. So, is there anything you can add on to our best? Obviously, we have space. Or just science in general. I'm a very big health science person. Like, I love hearing stuff about the body, how the body works, how the body reacts. And I honestly studied it for 2 years. So, I guess it's just kind of like, yeah, Josh, of course you're interested in that. You studied it for 2 years and was taught it.
I love science. Science is so great. I love space. It's crazy. It's going to kill you. It's awesome.
Oh, it's great.
If
We're all gonna die.
honestly,
You're gonna die.
if we can go to space,
I'm
going
gonna
to
die.
be one of the fucking pioneers.
He's going to die. I'm
going to be one of the pioneers that are just like, hey, I got cholera. I got every kind of disease out there. I'm pretty sure space rattlesnake just climbed my bed. Let's go.
Yep.
We're going to the Oregon Trail of goddamn space, and I will be one of the people hitching my wagon up.
Oh, I'm strapped in.
I want to go.
I can be
space.
75 and legally blind. I'm in.
Are you kidding? Space would be so much fun.
Blind?
I understand that actual space, it's going to be boring. It's going to be mainly just. I know. I'm talking
No, you're fine. I was just being like
talking past you at this point.
No, you're fine. I was fully listening. I was just throwing in like very subtle comments.
But it's just the idea of the space. It's going to be vast nothing. It's going to be a lot of sitting and waiting for the cool thing, and then you're done, and then you have to go on where you're gonna find one planet that's just gonna have a specific type of sediment we don't have, but it's gonna be space, and it's gonna be so cool, and that's all I want.
I constantly get TikToks about space. Like, and I constantly bring them up to you. Like, one of them specifically was like, hey, remember how things in black holes can't come out? Something did. And it was that one star that I told you about that came off of like Halley's Comet or something.
I haven't looked into that at all.
2 years later, it like just spits back out for what we can only assume was that comet. But in like realistically could have just been anything. But the fact that something came out of a black hole that we only knew things could go in spaghettification way. I just did like a cool like little spaghetti arm movement with my arm.
No one's gonna believe you.
Yeah, I know, but I know you saw me do it. It was cool.
No, I didn't. I will hold this lie for as long as I need to.
Where'd my arm go?
Yep. Hey! Get off there.
Oh, there it is. Get it. Grab it. It's going up the wall.
Where did this go?
I mean, I don't have an arm, Jaron. Help me. It's gone.
See? This is what aliens should be like.
Our best, everyone.
It gets better.
Future Josh, add applause. Add an applause track.
Future Jaron asks for booze.
Future Josh, if you did not put, like, that 70s show laugh track over every single joke we did.
Oh, dear Lord, don't do that.
Poor shame. No,
nothing makes something less funny than when you put
Nope.
a laugh track over it.
Oh, no, it makes it great. What do I put? No, I'll put a laugh track over when I was talking like very seriously when you were gone, and I was like, you know what? I work in the healthcare field, and Alzheimer's is scary. Like, you know what? This podcast is to help me remember that. And then it'll be like, insert that 70s show laugh track.
I was gonna say, if this is a memoriam of whatever is gonna be like you in the future, why make it serious? We were never serious together.
No, you're right. No, we were never serious together. Actually, no. There had to be one thing that we were serious about. Nope. All right. I did it again.
You got
two.
You
two.
got
Two
incredibly...
Two on the board.
Two on the board.
Two on the board.
Two on the board.
Two on the board. Working to the 3-point, but we got two. Anyway, yeah, our best. Space, Dungeons and Dragons, hobbies, board games, card games. And
did you already talk about Dungeons and Dragons while I was gone?
Not in depth. I brought it up, and I think
we need to learn more rules. We need to learn more rules.
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure I was gonna talk Dungeons and Dragons. Sorry, indigestion. That pizza was good. We finished it. All of it. All gone.
Yes. Yes, we did. I didn't hide.
There are no
more
slices left in the box that's sitting right next to us that we're looking at. We both looked down at it at the same time. Sorry. For audio listeners, we both just looked at... Why did I say that?
For audio listeners, we looked.
Hey, for audio listeners and our only audio listeners and our only listeners, we both looked down at the pizza at the same time. There's no one else other than me and you that will know that we looked down at that pizza box. I could be lying right now.
Yeah.
I'm a pretty sarcastic person.
No, we'll get better. But,
Dungeons and Dragons.
Fantasy. I love space. I love space.
Yeah.
That came out.
I was like, wow.
I was like,
about Dungeons and Dragons. You said love and space was like, you talking about me again?
Yeah, apparently my brain was just like, you're not done yet, but
nope,
no, we're gonna come back to that later. Nope, I about said it again.
That's fine. Here, you want me to start it?
Yep, go ahead.
Okay. Dungeons
12?
and Dragons. Countdown?
Okay. Please just go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're fine. So, Dungeons and Dragons, very big thing. We love it. We love it a lot right now. And you're actually running us through a campaign.
Yes, I made my own.
I started one.
Yeah, you did.
We kind of got into this like weird loop of like everyone in our friend group wanting to start a campaign, and then we were the only two that did it.
Yep.
But, well, actually, technically, it was supposed to be a one-off, which is essentially, for anyone who doesn't know what no terms in Dungeons and Dragons, one-off as in you play it once and then you're done. But then it eventually turned into, well, Josh is still working on his, and he's getting ready to graduate, and we did do one session. We did do the first one. And this was actually a couple months ago that we did mine. That we did my first session. And it is for the Curse of Strahd, which is a very interesting... oh my goodness, I can't think of what it's called.
Module.
Yes, module. Thank you.
Basically a pre-written story with all the facts, all the lore, all the things that you'd need that comes in a book.
Yep. And it's great. I think it's amazing. I constantly watch like very famous people like Matthew Mercer, Brennan Lee Mulligan, who might not, knowing him, he might not even say that he's famous, but he absolutely is in the D&D community. But like I watch stuff like them like talk all the time about like, oh yeah, I remember when modules weren't a thing, and then I learned that there was a thing, and I was like, why did no one show me that? So, in my opinion, like starting up a module definitely has helped me a lot of being like, there's already something set in stone that I could use. But obviously, you know from our first session, for the Curse of Strahd, there were a lot of laughing moments in that session. But that's that's also us. That's
our friend group.
That's
we
us.
love to just we take a very serious thing, and if you give us time, we just kind of stop.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't get to be serious.
Nope.
So far, we've gone through a couple sessions with my stuff, and I don't think I have ever got to keep a NPC serious for that long until you guys go, hey, no need to bother you about this, but can I try to kill him?
Mm-hmm. Or actually, just lately, it hasn't been anything too crazy. Not saying like I'm not saying your session's boring. Don't give me that look. I'm not saying that. That's not how that was meant to sound. And I feel like now that I'm explaining it, makes it sound like it was that, but it's not that. What I meant to say was that it's like recently, our first session, it had one of my little brothers in it, and then one of our friends' little brothers in it. But he's essentially just part of the friend group. Like at this point,
he is in the friend group now.
Absolutely.
He has been in the friend group for years. You don't call him little brother.
No,
call him.
I felt weird saying little brother, but I felt like that needed to be established. But anyway, he'll probably be on this podcast at some point. But it was us three at the start, and then the second session, my little brother couldn't make it. Third session, they both couldn't make it, and we brought on
your cousin.
My cousin, which is my roommate Joe's little brother. We brought him on, and then he's played in the last three.
Yes.
So there's a lot of making up to do.
He has drastically made you more chaotic.
Oh, absolutely.
You killed a kid.
Yeah, he did.
Aaron
No.
Did. You.
No.
That was entirely you.
As in AIR, because he is essentially an elemental caster. Aaron.
Because you're very clever. Your Air Genasi is named Aaron.
Yep. Killed a kid.
Yep.
And it was fully out of pure anger.
You were tired. I'm gonna be completely honest. This was a late night
D&D
session.
Takes a lot out of you. It was very late.
But I am going to hold this over you, and I love the fact that you have given me something to just dig the knife into your caring soul that you have.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love that I made this character, and like I came up with this great background for it. Obviously, like any other D&D character, it'll literally just be, what are the points that get you? And then it's like, that's what you work off of a background, and I love it. But obviously coming up with the character you care about. When I did that, after Jaren goes, you killed that kid. And it immediately set in, like 100% fully aware of what just happened of like, oh my God. Like, and that's what D&D does. You get so in there.
I gave you a ripcord to say, yeah, I knock him out or something, or you throw him the other way.
Yes. Also,
you threw him at a Hydra.
If anyone like walked away from the podcast at this point to like go to the bathroom but left it running, I didn't actually kill a kid. This is Dungeons and Dragons that we're talking about. I
You
know.
were very tired, and I played that kid to be very annoying, but
Yes.
you killed it.
No, absolutely. It died. But
Okay,
anyway,
maybe I shouldn't say kid. It was like a teenager,
yeah.
but it was
a
like the
teenage
very
wizard that was
annoying
very
teenager,
sassy towards me. To where it
racist
was-
towards you.
Yeah, no. Actually, he was actually 100% right. I don't feel bad now. Thank you. Anyway,
It doesn't matter. You killed him. He dead.
he is absolutely done. So, that's our best. That's what I had down
That's
for
our
list.
best.
That's such a demeaning way to say it. Just so, guys, that's our best. If that's not it, see you never.
Oh my gosh. No, I feel like we could do better now.
No, we can absolutely do better.
Okay. What is our worst actually?
Our worst. Now, when I say our worst, what's the first thing you think of? What's the first thing you think of when I say our worst?
Annoying voices? We do voices a lot just for each other and everybody in our friend group.
Sorry, I was just trying to make up a voice that I couldn't do it.
You didn't immediately go to
Yeah, hello.
Oh god, I'm pretty sure we just
Oh, that was
don't
good.
do that
That
again.
was a
I
good
didn't
span of
check
our
the
life.
readings and we may have just peaked
We probably did.
so bad.
We probably did. But nope. Yeah, that's constantly like Kermit. Obviously a great one. This is not our worst. I'm sorry. I'm actually very offended. I love doing voices. I love doing voices.
I like how you and me have a very different definition of what our worst is.
Yeah, well, we also have old man Josh here, and he's a great guy. By the way, past Josh, you're the clone. But no,
Time travel is a son of a
No.
bitch.
no, I definitely say I don't get me wrong. I love doing voices. I can absolutely see how you'd put that underneath our worst. I can see that.
Yeah,
100%.
because we're not great at it.
No. Like, anyway, our worst. Our worst. So, I have a couple things written down, and I'm glad that you kind of that's the first thing you thought of something like that. This is where I went with this.
Oh dear.
So, when I mean our worst,
I wish I could see this list.
I'm not going to show it to you.
Yeah, I kind of expected that.
There's 2 pages.
Oh damn.
But anyway,
Our list of our best is not great.
No. And actually, that first page was like a half page. Here's the worst. It's like
Okay.
a paragraph.
Let's go for it.
Yeah. So our worst. Obviously, we talked about our best, which is stuff that we care about talking about, and that's kind of where I went with this of our best and worst. With our best, we talked about what we like to do, what we have interest in, what we could talk about. Honestly, we can literally talk about anything. It comes up, we're on it for an hour. That's literally anything we talk about. With our worst, I thought about what we don't like. So not like what we don't like to talk about, which obviously could be anything that no one likes to talk about, like politics. Very big thing. Not going to get into it. I'm not very political. Religion.
I don't
Nope.
stay up to date on anything.
Me either. And it's like, I know I should stay up to stuff on stuff like that. Because, it definitely matters. There's a lot of stuff of being like, oh, yeah, you got taxes.
I do my taxes.
Well, no, I do my taxes. Yeah, well, no, I'm not talking like that. I'm talking we want this guy out of senator or stuff like that. Like that stuff I don't follow up on. I feel like I should.
Surprise, surprise. The nerds aren't going to talk about politics.
Crazy, right? But anyway, our worst. I actually like what I have I like what I have down for the first topic, and it's our worst in parentheses what we don't like, and then the first one is bad vibes.
Who do you think I am?
Obviously. What?
Who do you think I am?
No, I'm just
What
saying.
kind of person? Bad vibes.
We don't like bad vibes here.
What is your bad vibe?
My bad. Okay, it's not my bad vibe. I don't think.
Man, this chick's got depression. This is a bad vibe.
Yeah. No.
What?
No. What I meant was that by bad vibes that we don't like is so. Now I'm glad. I kind of read you on this one. I have another list underneath bad vibes of things that I could say to convince you to know what I'm talking about now. So I was ready.
Damn
That's
it.
that psychoanalytical part I told you about earlier.
I love
So- Okay.
Do you actually have something like that written down? I don't need to read it.
Look,
I just want to.
It has its own parentheses.
Oh
too.
my god!
So bad.
I've
vibes.
gotten red.
My first one, and this is a big thing. I'm gonna let you know right now. I'm gonna say some offensive stuff. I'm gonna say things that are bad, but underneath bad vibes, one thing I don't like: people who don't have a comedian's perspective on humor. And I'm not talking like, oh, I don't understand comedians. Comedians? Commute? I hate people who like take trains and stuff in New York.
I hate cows that like the metro.
Yeah. Comedians.
That ended that joke.
Comedians.
All right.
But anyway, no,
okay.
it's just like, okay, what? Yeah.
I hate the fact that worked. I hate the fact that got me there.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I was getting at. Is that like when I say our
you know me
worst,
too well
it's
with
not
the way
our
I think.
Worst. I mean, there's nothing wrong with this anyway. But it's not. It's like our worst.
There is a side of you that I don't see that's just coming out now.
I jump back and forth.
Apparently,
left brain, right brain. We go back and forth, baby. It's like a. I was gonna be like, it's like my right brain was like, it's like a basketball team, and then my left brain was like, there's more than two people on a basketball team. But so anyway, it was just people who don't have a comedian's perspective of humor. And then in parentheses I have, we say jokes that might be offensive or bad, but it is simply a joke, so it shouldn't be taken seriously.
I don't think we've gone too bad on this one yet.
No, we haven't.
But
we will.
Maybe.
I will.
Okay, there we go.
I'll speak for myself.
You can speak for yourself.
But I definitely have friends. Oh my gosh. My friend group from the community college I went to and graduated from, my roommates and his friends, my goodness. That is essentially the meme of, or just actually with our friend group from high school. If it was ever we got brought to court and was like, oh, we have recordings of their old Xbox 360 recordings, we're going to jail. Like,
we're not going to jail. We're just going to be very.
No,
we're going to get some very big looks.
Oh yeah, 100%. And they're going to be like, "What did he say?" And then it's going to go on, and then they'll be like, "Haha, wait, why are we laughing? That was actually bad." But it's like that's my humor at least. Like I have a very interesting sense of humor.
It's a good thing I have a bad memory because I can't immediately think of something.
Oh.
Nope, that is not.
I'm
going to go right ahead and say nope to that.
I immediately smiled and put my fist on my chin and looked at
you. Relaxed.
I did. I felt a lot of tension leave my lower back, actually. And I don't know if it's just how
I don't know. It was the equivalent of somebody who's just like, you lift the latch. It's my time to shine.
Mm-hmm. You lifted it. It was like that one scene in Back at the Barnyard, the movie, when they let out the wild thing. And I'm like, oh! And I go crazy. But...
somebody just gave you free reign and you about I had to put that thing back in the box real quick.
We also make a lot of references here. We love our childhoods, 100%. We reference SpongeBob.
I watched too many movies.
I feel like SpongeBob's a big one. Vines, obviously, because we're not that old, guys. I know part of at some point in our generation, we're going to talk about Vine and no one's going to know what we're talking about. How do you feel about that?
The same way the fact that I can talk about VHS and people look at me weird.
What's that?
Don't. You're making me violently angry.
No, I absolutely grew up with that. I also grew up with a movie, which was specifically a Lego movie called Clutch Powers. For you out there, I know you don't know what that is. I feel like you don't know what that. You're giving me that look like you do.
No, I know exactly what that is.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you not remember the bit where he asked him how to build stairs with like bricks, and you watch as in his mind he builds it himself and it breaks?
No, you're right. I just loved that was a big thing about my childhood was Legos, but it
was always a weird idea that Legos all exist in the same world because one of those is medieval.
Oh yeah, that was close to the ending. At the start, it was like he was like a miner.
No, he was a detective.
Well, yeah, but he had the giant drill, and he was like go to find the crystal, and he fought the weird big thing. And then that's when the best intro song has ever played, where it's like I work alone. I don't sing, but that.
Not today, apparently.
Oh my gosh, nope, definitely not tonight. It is 1:30 in the morning. But that was definitely a thing of my childhood. But anyway, our worst. My sense of humor, at least, you laugh at my jokes, so I know you understand it. But you also, I know you're also just a really nice guy. You don't judge me for my jokes because you understand I'm joking.
Yes.
The people who don't understand that, it's not that I don't like you. It's just I wish you weren't as serious as you are. Like, life.
I like how our worst is other people.
Our worst, anyone but us.
Yeah, that's not judgmental at all.
Wait. Okay, so this is actually kind of different. So
Immediately went back to the list.
I immediately went back to the list because I was like, wait a minute, is that literally
It's
what I just did?
actually not. It's oh no, it's not our problem.
Yeah, let's look at our worst. Oh, it's literally everyone else. Man, we are nerds. But well, I
oh,
guess
that just doesn't
yeah.
make us vain and greedy, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Mm.
Speaking of greed, good segue. My next point.
I can't even see the list from here.
Nope. Another thing that I say we don't like. I guess it's like this is what I wrote down for me, and then I felt like you would agree with me.
You've known me long enough. I assume you can make that call.
Yeah. My next one is people who put other people down. And what I mean by that,
Again, our worst is other people.
see now, but here's the thing. Like, I genuinely like me as a person. I could never put someone down on purpose. Like, if I did, it was ever like I made a comment that was supposed to be constructive criticism. This is the left part of my brain now. That was supposed to be constructive criticism, and you were supposed to be like, yeah, that makes sense. Thank you. I understand that. Thank you for helping me understand that I messed up. But I honestly know that there's been a time that someone has taken me too seriously.
Oh,
The other day at work-
I have an absolute story for this, but go
Okay.
ahead.
I'll say this real quick, and then I'll let you get on your story, because I also have a small story about this. Is just when it comes to, I guess not like putting people down, but I guess being serious all the time. Like, there's got to be a time where you got to relax. But I know some people have a hard time with that because it's like, life doesn't slow down for you. Time keeps moving. You don't have the time to relax. I constantly hear that. And I'm like, no. Like, yes, time keeps moving even if you're in the zone. But I feel like there is a time where you have to relax. Like, there's constantly a thing of just like chronically being working is horrible for you. For some people, it works. Like, you can get up 4 a.m, you're at work, and you're there until like 9, and then you choose to work out afterwards.
Hey, buddy, where's this story going?
Anyway, so yeah, see, off topic. Constantly a thing we do. But anyway, back to what I was talking about is that like putting people down or just being serious all the time. That's what I was getting at. I was at work the other day, and I'm currently working at Aldi because I gotta make money somehow, and I gotta make rent. But I was working, and I genuinely like made a joke. Like I came in like I'm always smiling, obviously. I came into work, and like someone like said a joke like that was like, oh yeah, meh, 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 meh. And they were like, haha, yeah, and that's my workers. And like I came in, and then like I also made like a snarky remark, but it was a joke. And my manager literally looks over at me and goes, I've never heard you talk like that. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, yeah. I was like, I always try to joke her, like, sometimes. And I guess in my eyes, I saw that. But she literally goes, I thought you were always serious all the time. And then walks away. And that hit me like a brick. Like, I felt my stomach drop of, like, I was the serious one? Because, like, ever since I heard that, I was like, I'd walk around, like, I'd say something, and I'm just kind of like, was I too serious? Like, that's just me, though. Like, and it's like, I don't like being the serious one. Like, okay, when it comes to work, gotta be serious. I know that you're, like, ready to talk. You're giving me that look.
No. I'm thinking about this. I'm like, I am definitely the serious one in whatever this is.
Well, I like being serious, but, like, I like to be, like, the comedic relief.
Somebody has to be the straight man here.
Yeah. But it's like, and, like, with work, it's like, at Aldi, they are a very fast tempo company. Like, you'll go in there, and, like, just by looking at the cashiers, you're like, Man, they're fast because they're paid to be fast. Like, that's all I did when I worked at a different Aldi before I transferred here. They had me work in the register, and I was moving like I was a speed demon. I was a speed demon at the thing. They taught you how to organize the cart without looking at the cart by just throwing it and you knowing where it is. And I can do it now without thinking about it. And it's scary because I'm like, I wish I was that dedicated to do anything else like that, like laundry. Can't do it. But that's essentially what I was getting at, was that, like, being serious all the time.
And that's what put you down. Yes, we're still on topic.
Yes. Okay. Hey!
I am so sorry about that.
No, you're fine. I'm glad that we're still on topic. But underneath that, so now people who put other people down. And obviously I'm not saying that my manager put me down, but I was just saying that, like, in my case, like, me feeling that I was the serious one and I never joked all the time made me think that I probably put people down on accident. But underneath that category, I have some other ones that we can talk about.
Can I get to my story?
Yes, because I'm so sorry that I looked down on my list and completely forgot that I was going to let you tell a story. And then I said, hang on, I got a quick one.
Cut to half an hour later.
Literally.
No, this is a very quick story, but this is when I accidentally put someone down, and I still feel bad about this, even though it's the smallest thing.
Oh, no.
But, so I was in choir in high school. Yeah. But we had I guess you could call it is it a match-in choir? I don't know.
I have no idea. I wasn't in choir.
But,
I was in your grade, so
basically you had a performance, and they had, like, a couple schools going to do a performance. And for some reason, I don't remember what song we were doing, we needed bongos. And being one of the few guys in the choir, I was one of the people who had to carry the bongos. So while one person's holding the front, I'm holding the back, where most of the weight is. This is a time when I called everybody buddy, man, guy, friend, like things like that. And they were non-gender specific. I called everyone that.
That's fair.
So I'm holding bongos and struggling to open a door while going upstairs to put it onto the stage. And this kind lady who was at the school, obviously one of the other students in the tournament or competition or whatever it was, opens the door for us and lets us through. And I go, thanks, man. And as the door shuts, I hear, oh no, he thought I was a guy. And as I'm trying to put this down, I'm like, no, I didn't mean that. I was just trying to say thank you.
Man.
I'm so sorry.
Dick.
That still haunts me.
Oh my gosh.
And that's why I don't do that anymore.
I don't know what's worse. The fact that she did say that, or the fact that you heard it. Like,
I heard it as the door was shutting, and I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. I can't put these down. They're heavy.
I can't. These N64 Donkey Kong bongos are too heavy for me.
Oh no. But that still haunts me.
Oh, but it's stuff like that like makes me think like this is like our worst. Is like, it's like that's bad vibes. Like, to me, that's bad vibes.
I don't like that we call it bad vibes,
no,
but I agree with you.
Well, I mean, what do you want me to call it? Like sketchy vibes? And you got weird.
I don't like vibes.
No, vibes is that's a new word. It's a new word for us, isn't it?
Maybe it's because I'm just the one who's just not as connected as you. I don't look at new stuff. I don't do a lot. I stay in my little corner of the internet and sort of just get excited about that stuff. And then you're just like, hey, I got a new trend that they came out with. You want to try it?
Speaking of that, I actually just watched something I did not think I would see was actually, I don't know what that was. Essentially, it was talking about there was some type of furry snake found in I'm not going to try to say its name. I don't know how to pronounce that, but it was found somewhere, and all I saw was furry snake, and I was like, huh? And we were talking about new stuff and staying connected. I was like, interesting.
I'm not gonna lie. My first thought was just a guy in like a what would it?
Like greased up deaf guy?
No, like a literal furry, but he'd just be in like a snake costume. And I was like, why is that news?
You said that, and that's for some reason. Even though you specifically said what you were talking about, the first thing I thought was like an adorable little garden snake with a winter coat.
Oh. Oh,
He's got like the little hood pulled up.
oh, a tiny little snake in a coat. That's adorable.
It is pretty adorable.
Especially because I'm imagining it with like cartoon, beautiful, big eyes.
Yeah, so did I. All
Aw.
right, good. I'm glad we're on the same page. And then, okay, I'm sorry that I interrupted
You just
that
blue
story.
screened in your head,
I
didn't
did.
you?
You saw that.
What's the
You
next thing on
witnessed
the
that.
list for you?
Okay. Well, this is underneath the people who put other people down. And these are some examples that I thought of when I think of people who put other people down, whether it's accidental or on purpose. One of them is someone who believes money before others. As in, like, obviously you have like if you're working at Aldi specifically, where I work, I don't see my manager as they make more money than me. I see us as a team. That is literally my mindset where anywhere I've worked. It's never been who's the boss, who's this, who's that. It's we're one. That sounds like communist, but
I gotta be completely honest. You are the ideal worker.
I know,
We're
right?
a team. Yeah, of course. I make more money than you.
Yeah, well, it's like I'm not.
I
like
don't.
That. No, yeah, I was like, I'm not. Like
I don't
that.
make more money than you.
No, I don't make more money.
Currently in debt.
Me too, but we're working on that.
College.
Yup, gotta love it.
All right, what's the
And,
next big topic?
Next one. Well, that was the last of our worst, so we could probably come up with other things. But I do have more.
I was thinking about our own things, not what we find bad in people.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, well, yeah, with us, yeah, we have some pretty bad stuff. I mean, like,
I obviously don't understand the volume of my own voice.
I don't either. I personally, when we kind of had that little segment between our recordings of when we stopped for pizza, and then we also actually had my little brother come in and like listen to the sound and like give us some feedback of how it sounded for our first recording, which you'll hear with this recording, obviously. I had my little brother come in and test the audio and be like, "Yeah, that sounds good." And I was like, "Okay, now what do you think of us and how we sound?" And he goes, "Well, personally," he's like, "You sound quiet." And he was talking about me. And then you also agree with him that I sounded quiet. But in my opinion, I guess it's just because it's my voice. And then it's just like, to me, it's like, I'm not a quiet person, but I do definitely talk a lot. And I apologize if it feels like I've been talking this whole time. And you've been kind of like coming back in.
No, I'm listening.
Okay. No, that's fair.
You gotta be an attentive listener. God damn it.
No, I know.
This is
And
how
it's
I
like-
am.
That's fair. And it's just like, but also when Tyler said this, that was my little brother. When he also said this, he goes, "But I also think it's fine." He goes, "Because since you're talking more, and one of you is closer to your mic and the other one isn't, it helps distinguish who's who. When obviously we have different voices. Like when I hear myself, I hear a dog with peanut butter on the top of his mouth. I don't know why. Every time I hear my own voice, I hear that.
I don't want to hear my own voice.
That's fair. But like in my opinion, like I think your voice is fine. Like
Yeah,
you sound
you
like
do. But that's
I
not the
don't.
one I hear.
Nope, I don't.
That's
hear
not the one I hear when I'm talking.
Nope, me either.
Hearing myself in a recording, that is not me. I don't like that voice.
That's fair. Any of my squeaking I've done tonight.
Oh, don't worry, I've done it too. There it is.
Has literally been because on my way to work today and on my way back to get ready for this podcast, even though I knew we were recording our voices, I had a concert on the way to work and on the way back from work in my car with multiple encores from multiple genres of music because I literally listened to everything.
Sometimes you gotta just karaoke in your car.
I straight went in emo rock and like punk, and then like I came in with some like soft country Rascal Flatts, and then immediately came out to Katy Perry. Like that, it was a roller coaster of emotions in that concert, but it was great.
I've made the comment multiple times that my playlists are always just split between a 13-year-old girl and a 45-year-old metalhead. That is what my music taste is. It has not changed.
And I love that Pandora sees that as well. Like,
Oh,
you
yeah.
constantly tell me that Pandora does that to you.
Pandora does not understand me. It thinks I'm two people.
That's great. Now see, I actually don't use. I can't remember the last time I used Pandora.
It's been a little bit for me now, but that's just because commercials got way too bad there.
I just like how I say that I haven't used Pandora in a long time, which I haven't. I haven't used Pandora in a long time. But then I got Spotify because everyone was like, get Spotify. It's the newest thing. And I'm like, me who has a ton of playlists already on YouTube that I constantly have music on, which, by the way, you can choose what you want and you don't got to pay for it. But then, like, you tell me to get Spotify, or not you specifically, like our other friends who have Spotify Premium and pay for it. As a broke college kid who's trying to save his money, I'm like, hey, that small amount of money I'm putting towards Spotify Premium, I could put money towards it if I was making more money. But I'm obviously working part-time by choice to study and focus on my career for the future. But anyway, what I was getting at is that I use Spotify but don't pay for premium, so I'm still listening to songs at random that I like. So essentially I'm using Spotify as if I am using Pandora, because you can't choose Pandora songs either. But anyway, our worst.
Mm-hmm.
Another one I have is just one thing that now again, I made this list on me. You can come in at any point with like another topic that you have.
Yeah.
You either think is actually our worst. Obviously, doing voices was one that came to you pretty quickly.
Oh yeah.
But doing voices came to you pretty quickly. Another one that I just don't like is I don't like people who avoid.
Oh, I spiked that so much with that
I
laugh.
don't know how to feel about that. I don't know how to feel about
For
that.
anybody listening, I just typed in Google Images "fuck you" and showed him the first image.
He showed me every image. He specifically is on Google Images, typed in "fuck you," clicked images, and turned the laptop around to show me.
I don't know why.
And that makes it so much better that we're facing each other, that you can do that. And it's not built up, and I can watch you type it in. But I just saw you typing, and I was like, oh, he's probably finding something. Like, he's probably looking up something to make sure he's right. And then it was just, fuck you. But another thing that like just gets me is people who have no emotional awareness. And I know that's a big one. That's a big topic. Like, there's a lot that could mean. But honestly, what I'm getting at is that, like, with our friend group, we constantly make jokes, we constantly joke about each other, with each other, and talk about, like, the most craziest things. But it's like anytime we make fun of each other, or like we have like our fake arguments that are just bits, essentially.
Ergo, fuck you.
Exactly. I actually didn't like. It's not that I didn't take you seriously. It's just I knew you were joking.
Yeah.
I hope he was. But I know you're trying to like come back with something.
I was
quick.
trying so hard to think of a joke, and it just like blue screen of just like, what
Wait,
part
actually,
of our friendship do you think I
I
wasn't joking there?
I have a joke for you.
All right.
I'm probably gonna say it wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
12.
12.
I was gonna say, can I get a countdown for the 5th time? Probably the 4th. Josh, do a time check. Anyway, my joke.
Yeah.
This is why my little sister laughs at the most random things I say. Like, anytime I go to tell a story and I'm like, so I was at work.
12.
She loses it. 12's ended up going to be like not the Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger's cat is if...
This is just now my Chekhov's gun that I keep around.
Mm-hmm. And, wow. I had so much go in and out of my brain just now. I completely forgot what I was talking about. My joke. How many tickles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
How many?
10 tickles. Okay, anyway. So,
the look on your face of excitement after that. You said it so quiet, but just the absolute
There's a lot of
joy
pain with what I said. That was a lot of pain of me saying that and being like, that was dumb.
I don't know. It was the joy on your face afterwards of just like, I did it.
I did it! Yay! Yay! I did it!
All right.
And anyway, no emotional awareness. That gets me on an emotional level. Funny, funny. Because it's just like me, I'm a very emotional person. Like, I don't know who I would be if I wasn't emotional. And I'm not like just saying like constant breakdowns, crying. I'm just talking about having emotions. Like, have you ever met someone like whether it was just like you literally don't know them and like you just meet them and you're like, oh, sorry, like you hold up the door open and they're like, thank you.
I'm sorry, but are
But
you going to
okay,
share your
no,
life's
no,
journey
like, okay,
with some
that
random
was a bad
guy?
example. That was a bad example. So it's like, I guess for like any job I had, I worked at Lowe's once, back when I was in high school, and this is just like quick reference.
Is it going to be quick?
No.
Okay.
And I worked at Lowe's once, and like I would help someone like go to find something. Obviously, I work at Lowe's. I was in high school. I know nothing about lumber, specifically making decks. And this guy was asking me about how to make a deck. So I was like, dude, I'm gonna try to help. But he was like, obviously he's invested because I'm the one he's talking to about spending money. But like he was like genuinely intrigued and like he was making jokes with me the whole time of being like, oh yeah, do you know if it's better if I get this or this? And I'm like, dude, I don't know. And he's like, I'm just joking with you. I know you don't know. By the way, this is better. Like, great guy. Don't know if I ever see him again. Okay. But anyway, he was just showing me the weather. It sounded like it started raining outside, and it is. But essentially, it was just like I've met people like that who are like they're just happy guys. Like
I
and
have
obviously you
seen
can't be
emotional
happy.
robots, yes.
Yes, yeah.
But
essentially, that's what I'm getting at. Emotional robots.
yeah,
Of
they
people who
they
just-
pop up constantly and they are in the world, but the best moment is when you can get that person to crack.
Oh,
I
it's
love
great.
that.
It's great. It's amazing.
So I don't see that as a negative.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I still don't see that as a negative for us.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very fun when you can find that little point you can poke and suddenly you got them. You're in.
I will straight up say this now. There are some people to this day that like I never cracked. Like there were people I tried to. Like I tried to like saying jokes, figuring out like what makes them tick as in their humor. Couldn't find a thing. And like it's not like I was trying very hard. This was just like subconscious being like, "Oh, like I want to make them like enjoy that we're at work or just make the mood better."
Oh, for a
Obviously
lot of
never
my
cracked-
life, that became my mission. That
a
became my
good
mission
mission.
with some people, where it was just like, I am going to find what I can do to break you,
Mhm.
and I'm going to make you laugh. Because that's what I want.
With our friend group, I would definitely say we constantly make each other laugh. I don't think there's ever been a time that we've all been together and not laughed.
No, it's a tournament to see if we can get the other people to laugh more.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. We
And,
are
like-
that is when we hang out, our natural state is just to get the other people in our group to laugh.
Mhm.
It's that and also for some reason between me and Eric just act weirdly gay to each other.
Oh, I love that.
I don't know why that became the mission with us.
No, I love it because it's literally like I remember, and like this was literally just me. Like I never told you this, but it was like I remember the first time that you guys joked like that, and obviously you gotta love on the boys a little bit, but but it was literally like we came over to Eric's house, which is one of our friends, obviously. Obviously, that's one of our friends. And
Turn it up.
We like came over to his house, and he was the one that got us into Dungeons and Dragons. I would say he was the leap of faith because he was like, we're gonna play Dungeons and Dragons. You get to make a character. I'm gonna show you how. We're gonna do it on paper, and then I'm gonna show you the easier way to do it. And he did our whole first campaign that we ever been in, and I loved that campaign. But I remember specifically at one point, it was like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom. And Eric's like, I'll come with you, baby. and you literally left. And I know that he actually didn't go to the bathroom with you, but I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. Like it like immediately like recognition of like, oh yeah, I get it. It's a gay thing. Like, but it wasn't
Just
gay at
the
all. It was
smallest
just
joke, and that's what got you.
yep. It was like, oh, that's a thing, and now it just happens. Like it's just like, yep, council slap ass.
I like how that's where you reckon it started, when it was just like the smallest thing.
But
It's gotten so
like,
much worse since then.
Stuff
But
like that that makes friends. Honestly, like that's what it is. It's when you get that comfortable. It's when you're like, yeah, we're like, this is great.
Yeah, I mean, we know our friends pretty well to the point where we can say anything.
Yeah, we can literally say anything, and it's like, that's a joke. But we also have that. We also have that feeling when we know something's wrong. Like, I will definitely say that you guys have helped me through a ton of stuff. Like, there was a lot of times in high school where, like, I was, like, severely depressed or, like, just something wasn't going right that day. And I still remember the first day I cried in front of you. Like, I remember that memory.
I remember that because I cried
Because
too.
it was the first time that, like,
I think that was the first time we hugged.
yeah, I think it was. And we started hugging more. Like, just as years have gone by. Because it's just like, hey, man, what's up? And then it's just a hug.
Yeah.
But it's always nice sometimes. But it was like, I remember the first time I cried. And, like, immediately it was like, oh, shit, he's crying. Like, I immediately, like, obviously I was crying and I was emotional at the time. So I didn't have that perspective. But then, like, looking back, I was like, that was, like, a big thing. I was like, into
I cried with you, buddy.
I know. And it was like, it helped me a lot. Like, it helped me a lot with, like, what I was going through.
Yeah.
But again, with our friend group, I love our friend group. Our humor, our sense of just, like, family that we have. Like, it's constantly like, hey, man, do you mind if I, like drop by real quick? I'm in town. Sure, why not? Like, genuine sense of family. And that's how I see friends. It's like, people like, oh, yeah, friends and family. And it's like, no, it's family. Like, to me, it is. But obviously, I know that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, other than that, that's really...
So did we got through all your topics?
Yeah. I think that was most of our worst was just...
Most of our worst
other
is other
people.
Other people is our worst.
I literally could have just put our best, space, and nerds. Our worst.
And what we
other
think,
people who aren't nerds. Essentially, that's what the list was.
I think that's a good first episode.
Yeah, I think that went pretty well. Like, I mean, actually, Josh, if you actually... Future Josh, while you're editing this and you're actually finishing up the recording, because obviously you're at the end of the video thinking, oh yeah, the video's almost over. Like, I can almost go back to studying now. Or you've been, like, off and on studying while you're editing this. If you go back to
12
to a minute 33, 15 minutes and 34 seconds, and then 45 minutes and 86, if you put those exact spots together, I say I love you.
If you can, you better. I swear to God, you better have somehow made that work.
Post-production, if that genuinely gets close to what I just said, I will be very impressed. But I know it's going to be like the best, and it'll be like a mid-laugh that I catch with one of those times that I yelled out. I can't wait. I love that I'm giving myself more work later to go actually find these timestamps.
Oh, the easiest thing is going to be that you just cut this bit out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. You're right.
All right, bud.
But
let's call it.
Yep. We are going to call it. And
Bye.
that's it. See you later.